Ang sentence po, double murder. Death penalty.
Hang, death penalty.
Yeah.
You had death penalty.
Yeah.
I went to a prison in the Philippines and it was nothing like expected.
The prisoners are opening the prison for us. The guys just left the car with the engine on. Keys in the ignition. In the middle of the prison. There is literally a prisoner.
While a prisoner circled the van. But it's okay, it's not like he was in for serious crimes.
He commits murder.
Oh, 30 years, 25 years.
He was sentenced to serve a life imprisonment.
And yet, despite everything you may have heard and the crimes they had been convicted for,
Hello. Inmate. Oh.
these were some of the friendliest and happiest people I've ever met.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo, yeah.
And a naughty question led to a tragic love tale.
You get female visitors in there, if that makes sense. I don't know if you can ask that.
When I think of prisons in the Philippines, I expect the worst possible conditions. A complete hellhole.
So technically we're in jail right now. Prison.
People in there.
This is a unique prison. Ah, okay. So anyone wearing brown is minimum security prisoner. What about the other people? They're prisoners.
And all I knew going in is that we could visit. So if I sound nervous, we did just drive into a prison, and with the language barrier, I don't know what's going on, and then this happens.
There is a slight bit of irony that the guys just left the car with the engine on, keys in the ignition, in the middle of the prison, and he's gone inside. I mean, I'm not saying there's any issue with it, but it is a prison, and there is a little bit of irony. There is literally a prisoner walking right there. He's got his brown shirt on. He's got his Yankees hat, proving once again all New York Yankees fans are criminals. But he's a minimum security prisoner. Okay, the driver just spoke to the prisoner, and the prisoner's gone to get help, which there's nothing untoward about that. It's just a very unique experience. All right, old mate prisoner's come back, and he's got another prisoner riding a bike. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but it is pretty ironic when you got a prisoner riding at you.
It's Sunday, so they close early, but the driver asked the prisoners to see if they can open it again for us.
Okay. The prisoners are opening the prison for us. Because we asked nicely. I know.
It's one thing to be in unfamiliar territory, but another when it's literally inside a prison.
Good afternoon. Where are you from?
Australia.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
That is a kangaroo.
Kangaroo, yeah. Kangaroo, yeah.
Instantly, the prisoners were so friendly.
This is cold.
Cold. Yeah. It's average for us. Hi.
They're done by then.
Oh, they make them.
Yeah.
No loitering in the prison.
So they get like a commission,
Ah.
and then
commission.
the bureau gets some, and then they get some.
Ah.
So that's how they earn some money, I guess. So it's like a big help when they get like a sale.
Do they have shirts in that size?
Meron pa kayong t-shirt na parang
Oh, too big?
Orange.
Yeah, orange, yeah, orange.
Do you have extra large?
Ganyan, ma'am.
He's gonna try to find double XL.
My size? I don't think,
Yeah, double
yeah.
XL.
Look at this customer service. He ran off to find it for us.
I definitely want a prison t-shirt.
There.
Do you reckon that's big enough?
Double XL. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
double
yeah.
Harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to get it.
Yeah.
This is woman. This is
Oh.
a man.
And so you're prisoners?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
PDL.
PDL?
PDL. Prisoner.
Prisoner? Ah.
Turns out these days you need to go to a prison to get good customer service.
The fruits.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wow, it's quite sturdy.
Looks well made.
Yeah, it is well made.
If only we needed one.
There's a part where it's not allowed to go to.
Oh, like that part. Oh.
So there's minimum, medium, and maximum.
Ah.
Nandun po,
Medium and
medium
max.
and maximum.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like serious crimes?
Yeah. So this one is minimum, so they're free. Are you free? They're free to like go around.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you can walk around the whole thing and
They're life
Hindi pa sila
sentence.
allowed po.
Oh, 30 years, 25 years.
Oh, 25 years. Wow. Were you been in here 25 years or?
All. Kasama na sa Manila.
Including Manila, like all
Ah.
their sentence, like in different places.
So is it like a reward to come here, or?
It's like
Hindi po
a
masabing reward kasi may
So it really depends. Like, it's not really a reward. It could be a reward if you get better, but if you don't, then
So they like it here better than Manila?
oh yeah, they like it here. Yeah, they're free to go around.
umalis kahit tapos na yung
Yeah, they're free to go around and they can interact with other people like us. That's what they said earlier.
What do they miss most about not being in here?
pamilya.
Yeah, they're family.
Family, yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
So they're life sentence, but they might have like a chance for parole. Yeah, I think they were told maybe next year, but then they're not really sure, not until they get the papers. So it's like they were sentenced life sentence, right? But I think life sentence is equivalent to like 40 years or something.
Okay.
He said, and so if you're given good conduct, if you've served 25, 30 plus good conduct, so it kind of becomes your life sentence, and you'll be free to go if they recommended you to go.
So he's in since like 1990 or 92.
Yeah, 1993.
Yung iba, 97, yun.
They're planning to release 6,000 prisoners by June
Oh wow.
because they
Just
wanna because there's too many prisoners, so they're gonna release the people with like good conduct. Yeah, and who've served like a lot of their time already, like
Yeah.
25, 30 years. So it's Duterte who kind of pushed it forward.
So
It went forward.
what are they?
It's murder.
Okay.
There's other, of course, there's other, yeah. So robbery with, but he said he's been framed. So there's some cases where they've been framed,
Oh,
and
wow.
then they get sentenced because of like the witnesses and the evidence is kind of points to them, even though
Even though they-
yeah, because sometimes it does happen.
Yeah.
But like the evidence kind of pointed at you, even though you didn't do it.
Yeah. I've heard this on multiple things where they like always will say that they were framed or that like they didn't do it. So I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's just interesting that they.
But it does happen.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but also, yeah. It's just a
Yeah, I
side note.
know.
Yeah.
They can be visited, but then if they're from Manila,
Oh yeah,
The
your family. So your family live in Manila?
Yeah, I think most of
yeah, that's
them.
tough. Yeah.
Sa Manila.
Can you ask what the craziest thing they've seen in prison is?
I don't know what would you say?
Wild.
Wild na nangyari sa loob. There's only small fights,
Wala
but
namang
nothing
ano.
crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're open-minded and
Mga
peaceful.
bilang buko.
Yeah, which is good, you know.
Even in Manila prisons?
Oh, in Manila, yes, but not kind of.
So the prisons there are dangerous?
Yeah, it's not really because of the people, but it's because there's more criminals. He's saying they treat each other like brothers here.
Ah, that's good. Yeah.
That's why they kind of like it, I guess, because yeah, they're free to do whatever. Some of them go like at a certain time. They just go there at a certain time,
Oh.
and then they just sleep or
So they have to check in or
yeah,
how do
kind of
they...
check in.
okay.
Yeah. Some don't. Those people who's like doing some work like
Air monitor.
cooking and stuff,
Yeah.
but they're being monitored.
Ah, okay.
But they don't have to go inside.
Sa tubig.
Yeah, some of them do get paid.
Has anyone just left?
Yeah, it's been a long time that
Kasi
no one
medyo ano na po.
because they're free and they don't really fight and stuff, so
Okay.
they're kind of like okay to serve their time, I
Yeah.
guess. So it's like, so at nighttime they're there, right? Then they go out in the morning, but the custodian will sign for them to go out, and then they will do errands for the custodian, and then sometimes they get paid for what they do.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you.
Do you wanna walk around?
Then our new friend took us around.
Kitchen. The food is free.
nice.
namin yun.
So it's like when they earn money, so they can buy some like coffee, bread.
Hello. Someone else has a
Oh,
drone.
there's a drone. Someone's flying their drone. Might be an officer because he's talking
yeah.
to another officer. So they get some like different commodities there, like in the forest, and then they sell it. Yeah, it's one of the employees. The houses are the officers' houses.
Then I posed for some selfies when we met a staff member who, ironically, in his own way, was also serving life here.
Time to come here.
Yeah.
To this part, yeah.
Yeah. First time in Palawan and here.
Yeah.
Have you been to other beautiful beaches? Island hopping, then
Tinampak na.
Coron.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 54 years old now. I didn't go there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm ignorant in my own
In
province.
Coron itself.
Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't there. I was born here because my parents were former employees here.
Oh,
My
Oh, you were
father-
born here.
Yeah,
Sa
inside
Iway.
this prison.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My mother was a former elementary teacher and my father was a prison official. He's commander of the guards.
And then you were living here. Your
Yeah.
parents were living.
You know, when I was a kid, I usually go with my father inside the compound. I used to play with the inmates.
Oh, really?
I thought they were my older brothers.
Oh, really?
Because I've seen some kids around. Are they the kids of the
Yeah.
employees?
Yeah.
Oh, so most likely.
But during our early years, my elementary years, most of my classmates were children of the inmates.
Oh.
They are allowed to stay here together with their families, but very few of them.
Oh, yeah.
Those who are qualified as colonists, they have a good behavior, etc. There was a criteria for them. Their families were given a food ration. They have a separate settlement over there. That system was abolished 10 years ago because of the
budget?
I think monetary constraints, no
Yeah.
funds for their families. There were also cases of connivance to the illegal transactions of their families.
Yeah.
So these buildings are historical.
Yeah.
Did you see that? The Roman numeral?
Yeah.
1922. It was built by the Americans during 1922. Those three buildings
Are also.
are built also by the Americans.
So is this an American base or?
Yes.
Yeah.
It used to be.
Yeah.
po.
During Second World War, there was a runway over there. In Palawan, Iwahig Prison is the first civilized place because during American Day, we have electric power here. We have a telephone.
Yeah.
But in the city,
There's no electricity.
no
Oh, wow.
electricity.
Yeah.
We have a water system.
So do you think this type of prison works better? The
Than in
minimum?
Manila?
Compared to other countries, because I interviewed most of the Europeans, they don't have minimum security inmates like this.
Yeah.
They can roam around the reservation without escort guards.
Yeah.
So we have three classifications: the maximum, those maximum security inmates, those who commit heinous crimes, and was sentenced to serve imprisonment for life imprisonment. And another one is the medium security inmates, those who commit crimes like homicide with lower penalties. And the last one is the minimum security inmates are those who will be soon to be released in this prison.
Okay.
It is their transition period before they were released. They are assigned outside and they stay outside
Yeah.
their cell overnight
Yeah.
because they have special tasks like electrician, plumbers who control drinking waters inside the compound. But very few of them are qualified. I think now there is a 15
lang.
15 inmates are allowed inside. Outside the prison compounds. But most of them were locked up during nighttime
Okay. Yeah.
and only goes out in the morning with escort guard.
So do you think that helps them to re-assimilate back to regular?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps them a lot because from that system we build trust and confidence among them. Musang, we called him Musang.
Musang?
Musang, his nickname.
Why? Why Musang?
Anong kaso mo? He commits murder. And before he was sentenced to serve a life imprisonment or reclusion perpetua. He was serving 25 years in prison.
Wow.
So he will maybe next year lalaya na siya or he will be released maybe next year.
Wow.
if he didn't commit another crime inside. Be a good boy, or else you will be back inside again. He's handsome. That's why we call him Musang. Now, Musang is a Tagalog name for beer cat or
Wildcat.
huh? Wildcat.
Ah, wow.
Wildcat.
Mosang.
Speak English to our friends. You can talk to them. Tagalog. You're shy, huh? What's your name?
Roberto.
So he can understand a little bit English, but he can talk English. That is very common to Filipino. Most Filipinos can understand. He can speak a little bit Tagalog.
No.
Teach
You know a
him.
little bit.
You
5
should
words maybe?
teach him.
So, matagal ka na pong nag-work dito?
20 years.
20 years.
Oh,
so,
wow.
20
so,
years. It's a long story. I don't. When I was a kid, I didn't imagine that I was working here to follow the footsteps of my parents, because when I got accident as seaman,
oh.
so I had no choice. I don't want to back again on
To go
on
back
board the
there.
ship, because very traumatic experience. So I decided to be employed here because I'm adjusted to the working environment. It is more comfortable for me to work here. My wife also works here.
Ah, nice.
When I entered the prison, we made here also. That's why
It's like same as his family.
Ah, nice.
both of our parents were working here.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah,
Destiny.
yeah, destiny.
Yeah, I'm happy working here, helping prisoners who once, when my childhood years, took care for me. Our parents are allowed to have domestic helpers in our home. We have 5 domestic helpers,
Oh, wow.
and one of them I thought was my grandfather.
Yeah.
And I remember I was crying so hard when he got released,
Oh.
because I didn't know that
wasn't your grandfather.
my parents introduced him as my grandfather,
Oh.
Wow.
and he is my favorite. My only daughter graduated in elementary here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but now she's in college now.
So this kind of operates like its own city.
It is also a special barangay, part of the city government, but the fundings for the operation came from the national government.
Ah, okay, yeah.
We are under the Department of Justice.
So the prisoners come from all over the country? Yeah.
How are they selected?
Random.
Oh,
Oh,
They were
random,
selected
okay.
randomly. Some came from Mindanao and other part of the province. But I think now there's a new plan for regionalizing the prison facility.
right.
Those from the northern part of the country will have their own prison facility, so that their families will visit them regularly.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's easier for the family.
It's easier for them to be visited by their family. Most of the prisoners here aren't visited by their families for more than 20 years.
Yeah,
Jeez,
it's so
yeah.
far.
Last week, I have met some of the visitors, and I learned that because of monetary constraints, they don't have enough money for traveling expenses. The last time they met is his daughter was only 5 years old, but now I think his age is 24 years old.
Oh, wow. So 19 years. That's
Long
tough.
time ago.
Yeah.
Far. Yeah.
His daughter can't recognize him.
Such a big difference in two, yeah.
They have no communication a long time ago.
So, but are they allowed to communicate outside? Can they write letters, call someone?
And there's a call center before. They are allowed to use computers for the call centers, video call. But the problem is the signal of the internet.
It's not
okay.
good.
But fortunately, PLDT installed a line so that we can
Resume.
for the employees' house and offices. Eventually, maybe they can use for the inmates to contact their families later on.
Yeah.
But we will have to,
Assess.
yeah.
The next day, we ran into a released inmate with a crazy history.
So you were in Iwahig?
Iwahig.
Ah,
You're an
this one.
inmate?
We went there yesterday.
Oh,
yeah.
release 40 years. Me.
40 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Release 2020.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Congrats.
I like
Congrats.
Yeah,
Me products from inmates.
Oh,
From
this is made by
Iwahig,
them. Yeah.
free. So he's actually helping inmates
Ah,
sell.
that's kind,
But
yeah.
you're also an inmate before?
Oh. Release na ma'am.
No, 40,
40 years.
40 years.
Sentence for double murder.
A double murder. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And like,
BT.
Ah,
Death
Hang,
penalty.
hang. Ah,
Yeah.
Death
death penalty. You
Yeah.
had death penalty.
Oh, commute President Cory Aquino.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He liked it here, so he stayed.
Ah, nice.
Oh, he's the guard here.
Ah,
And
nice.
then he does this to help the inmates.
Additional work. Very hungry your no visitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inmates.
Because
Working.
their family are too
Yeah.
far.
Ngayon, asawa.
Girlfriend,
Ah.
wife now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Were you able to visit inside when you were there, or did you meet after?
After 4 o'clock,
No.
inside.
Oh, you mean like her? How did
Yeah,
she?
yeah. Did you meet? Yeah.
How did you meet daw po?
1.5 years.
So after the
you.
release.
Ginal.
Do you get visitors in there? Like, do many people visit in?
Oo, namatay na.
Yeah, before, but yeah, they died.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Because I was wondering, like, if you get female visitors in there, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. I don't know if you can ask that.
Yes.
Pero ano po yun?
Bago siya namatay, nakalaya ako.
Before she died, like
Release.
she was released.
After 5 months, dead.
Oh, that's
So
tough.
she waited for you
Yeah.
to be released
Oh.
before she died.